All right, we've got the 2014 Ram electrical wiring control systems in place in the 1984 Dodge Ramcharger. Let's do a power up and see how things go. There are items that are disconnected, like the fuel pump, fuel sender. There are fluids that are low, like the windshield washer and brake fluid. EVAP canister is not connected, so there are a series of error messages that'll be displayed. The antenna for the radio is not up, so you get an OBD2 code on that. Grounds are temporary, so occasionally have an issue with a ground that was temporarily connected, disconnecting. So let's see what we got here. This is the this is the more upscale 2014 cluster. This is not the cluster that came in the donor truck, but this is the nicer, newer 6-gauge versus 4-gauge version that was in the upscale 2014 models that I plan on using in the 1984 Dodge Ramcharger. Accessory position, things are coming to life. You can see the radio is on. You can see hazards work. There's going to be a series of issues. The tires aren't mounted on the truck, so those kind of things don't work. You've got your headlight switch. You've got your blower controls. You've got your traction control and tow haul mode switches back in there. Of course, the ignition switch. And let's go ahead and turn it to the run position. You're going to see again a series of warning lights. The airbag controller is plugged in, but half of the sensors and airbags are not plugged in, so that code is going to be showing as well. So let's take a look at what we've got here. Let's scroll down through some of the information. Fuel economy, trip A, trip B. Of course, displaying the radio, and when you change the radio station on the radio, it changes on the display as well. And here's the message center. These are just some of the stored messages in the system. We'll page through what we've got here, show you what it looks like. You've got your screen set up, you've got your vehicle settings, and you've got your speedometer. Again, you turn different things on. You're going to get some different messages pop up based on what you do turn on or don't turn on. Windshield wipers, of course, work. Again, as I said, the fuel gauge doesn't work. And here we have the controls for the HVAC. You can hear the blower running. Don't know if you can tell the change in tone there, but that's all the blend doors making their movements, doing those activities. Of course, here you've got the tow haul mode, which shows up on the display and lights up on the button. Your traction control off button, as you can see, is displaying off on the dash. Now it is not. And again, you can get a good feel for what it's going to look like when it's done, what the displays are. Message panel is kind of nice. It's a little more elaborate. Unfortunately, as you can see here, get my finger out of the way, it actually shows a picture of the front of a 2014 Ram, not a 1984 Dodge Ramcharger. Vehicle information here, different gauges, the different displays that you can scroll through. Again, this cluster is out of the more elaborate 2014 model, not this particular donor. Those are not the accurate numbers for this motor. And again, back to the speedometer. As far as will the engine start? No, it won't, because there is no fuel pump. But as you're about to see, it will attempt to start. Shut it back off real quick. The keys fell out. And of course, now that it's back off, the display will shut down after the appropriate time period. Oh, the dome lights do work, and everything else seems to be functioning correctly. So at this point, I think I'm ready to go back into the teardown mode. If I leave the key in the ignition, which I just reinserted, and I go back and if I can do this one-handed, do the door jar switch. I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. There you're going to get the dome light on. Oops, didn't get it. Keep it connected. And you get, well, if I can keep it plugged correctly, you also get the key in the ignition indicator and that the driver's door was open. So again, you can see everything seems to be functioning and ready for further progress. So here it is, a 2014 Dodge Ramcharger.